Hello, everybody. Chef Hunt here with you, and I got to tell you guys, man, I've been saying I'm going to do a video for a little while. This one is going to be quite intense. I'm going to let you know that ahead of time going into this, that there's some things that have transpired that have been brought to my attention. I've got to let you know that this is going to be a relatively intense video. So we're going to start as we start everything. I'm going to remain a Christian about it. We're going to remain in focus with it. But I've got to tell you all that I have learned, the things that I have learned over since the last video when I did the all call and said, hey, if you're struggling with something, if you're having an issue with Longview Independent School District of some kind, to let me know. The messages I've received, the calls that I've received, and the information that I have received, I just got to tell you, is disturbing, okay? So some of the stuff that I'm going to put in this video that I'm going to talk about is going to be disturbing, but what it has done, okay, what it has done is it has allowed me the opportunity, okay? It has allowed me the opportunity and given me the opportunity to create an advocacy program, okay? And that is what I have done under our nonprofit. So for those of you who don't know, when all this happened, I started, myself and four other folks started a nonprofit organization called Restoration of the Spectrum, which is has a Christian academy that helps the kids who are overlooked in the public school system, the kids who are not being treated properly in the public school system, the special needs kids that are being either overlooked, falling through the cracks, some way or another not being taken care of in the right way. So we have the Education of the Spectrum, which goes during the week. It is a Christian academy. And then, of course, on Monday nights, we have Monday Night Ministry, all done through Restoration of the Spectrum. You can check all that out. Restorationofthespectrum.com is the website. It has all the information you need on it. Go under our ministries, and you can see all of our ministries and the things that we are doing. The most recent one that is added is called Restoration Advocacy Center. And that is because I have been given some information and had some very interesting phone calls from not only parents, but former people who were in positions within LHS, either as, we'll just say that there were faculty, let's just say that, or professionals that were there, that were in there. So I've got to tell you that it's crazy. Right. And people always say, well, Josh, why are you doing this? Well, because what they did to me was wrong. Okay. Retaliation is not okay, friends. All right. And the administration bullying and all of that stuff. And what we're going to talk about in this video, I'm going to outline it for you. I'm going to draw it out and I'm going to show it to you exactly what happens when we, the people who bring this stuff to the surface, the people who say, hey, look, this is going on, that's going on, and this is going on, that we get reassigned, or we get our contracts non-renewed, or we get placed on administrative leave, the things that they do to us to silence us, right, to make us be quiet in the grand scheme of things, because we were there, we saw it, and we raised a fuss about it. Let me tell you why I do it, okay? Then here's the reason why. Psalm 82, and if you guys know, you know that I am a Christian, you know that I stand firm on my faith, you know that I walk with Jesus, and I will never, ever, ever deny that, nor will I sway away from that throughout the defending of those who are weak. And I'm going to go to Psalm 82:3 right now. Psalm 83:3. I'm reading out of the Amplified here, but vindicate the weak and fatherless, do justice and maintain the rights of the afflicted and destitute. Rescue the weak and needy. Rescue them from the hand of the wicked. Okay? Rescue them from the hand of the wicked. So, what does that mean exactly? Well, what that means is, in other words, defend the weak. Another translation would say, defend the weak and the fatherless. Uphold the cause of the poor and the oppressed. Rescue the weak and the needy and deliver them from the hand of the wicked. So here's what's going on. We have people who are not aware of their rights and what they can do. Now listen to me on this, okay? Listen to me here. If you are a parent, if you are an educator, if you're a teacher, if you're an administrator, and something has been done wrong, there is a grievance process, okay? And I'm going to encourage you to file that grievance process. You can go on the website, and I'm going to pull up the website. I'm going to show you exactly where to go here in this video. And not only am I going to show you exactly where to go, but I'm going to, and you can just go into your Google search. You can go in and you can Google Longview High School, okay, grievance policy. Longview High School is what I'm going to type in here. All right. So everybody, I'm just typing into Google. Okay. I'm not tech savvy enough to be able to turn the screen around, but I'm going to type in here real quick, grievance form. There it is. Longview High School grievance form. Type it in on your phone, on your Google. That's all you got to do. It's going to pull up a website. Okay, and it's going to give you the student and parent complaint grievance forms. Okay, here, let me see if I can do this for you. I don't know if I can here or not, but I'm going to turn this around so you can see here. Okay, hopefully you can see that. That's what the form looks like right there. Okay, that is the student parent complaint form, level 1 grievance. Okay, it's right there. I'm also going to post a link to this. It looks like this to start with, and then it goes down. Level 1, level 1, level 2, level 2. It goes all the way down. Level 3, okay, level 4, all the way down. Why am I telling you this? Okay, well, here, let me tell you why I'm telling you this. The reason I am sharing this with you, and again, excuse my camera, I'm not really good at this, but the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I had a grandmother that called me, okay, and told me that her child was told, okay, at the high school, her child was told to get their SHIT and get out of their classroom, okay? Then she called and told me that her grandson was called the N-word by a person on that campus, okay? But she was unaware of the fact that there was a grievance policy. Listen, you got to put things on paper. I'm going to say that again, very important. Put things on paper. Go through your emails, okay? You want a paper trail. Anytime that you are dealing with Longview High School or Longview Independent School District, especially if you're dealing with somebody in their HR department, you're going to want to do it on the computer. You're going to want to do it via an email. You're going to want a paper trail. That's what you're going to want to do, okay? Now, listen, they don't like that, so they're going to try and get you to come in. Well, let's talk in person, and we can work it out in person. That's a bunch of bologna sandwiches, okay? That's a bunch of hogwash. Listen to me right now. What that means is that they want to talk to you so they can deny everything later on down the road. That's what that means. So my advice there is to make sure that you record the conversation, okay? Some kind of way or another, record the conversation. Bring a friend with you, have somebody there, have a witness with you. You need to figure out a way, and I'm sure that when this video comes out, there's going to be a policy that says, oh, well, you can't record, that's coming next, okay? Because they don't want to be held accountable. I have the recordings in my case, okay? Speaking of which, November 13th, write that down. November 13th, my attorney will be here from Austin, Texas, to come with me at 6 p.m. to the Longview Education Building to go for my level 4 grievance hearing. However, if there is something that is going on that you have been retaliated against, that you have been wronged in some way, that they owe you money in some way, whatever it is, that you've been discriminated against in some way, sexually harassed in some way, whatever it is that has been done to you. And again, you need to put this stuff in paper. All right, you only have a certain amount of time to do it, okay? So when it happens, jump on it immediately, okay? If it's already happened and you haven't put it in paper yet, then get an email thread going. Email the entire board, okay? Email everybody. You want to reply all and email everybody, okay? And I'm telling you this, listen, they're not a fan of this, okay? And I have emails that can tell you and conversations that can tell you reply all is not something that LHS likes at all or Longview Independent School District likes at all. But I'm telling you, copy everybody you possibly can, CC everybody you possibly can. You want a paper trail. So this lady, this grandmother whose grandson was called the N-word, so now we got racial slurs going on. Our kid was told to get their SHIT and get out of the classroom allegedly by a 504 monitor at the high school, okay? Somebody over 504 special needs somewhere in there, okay? These are things that are coming to me that are being told. So, again, get on the website. The website, I'm going to show you that real quick, just in case you need to know what that looks like. Okay, it's right here. I'm going to turn this around. Bear with me. I'm in my office here, but it looks just like this. Hopefully you can see that. Pretty clear. It's restorationofthespectrum.com/restoration-advocacy. Okay, that's what you're going to want. It looks just like this. This is the website here. It tells you what we believe. That is our logo. It has all the stuff on it. You can do several things: donate, become a volunteer, follow us, contact us. You can even set an appointment. You can book an appointment with us right there where you can talk. And we will give you the free, there's pro bono civil rights attorneys, y'all. Listen, there is a whole ton of stuff that's out there for you, okay? In the past 2 months, listen to me, this is going to fire some of you guys up. At least I hope it does, because it fired me up. In the past 2 months, I've gotten phone calls that LHS that LISD on their campuses, one was at Nettie Williams and the other one was at Bramlin, I believe. Allegedly, these kids, special needs kids, were placed in handcuffs. In one instance, the special needs kids were placed in handcuffs and placed in an isolation room. Isolation rooms. This is barbaric, man. This is barbaric. Okay, we're handcuffing as a policeman. Okay, as a policeman, I was a policeman, okay, for 7 years, or just under 7 years, in the city of New Orleans, okay? If you're telling me that you can't handle a 9-year-old, and you got to go to put the 9-year-old in handcuffs, I'm questioning whether you should be carrying a gun and wearing a badge, okay? Listen to what I'm telling you. Okay, there is a use of force continuum here, folks. There are several things that have to happen. There's reports that need to be done. There's CPI training. There are people that are supposed to be trained in how to use certain techniques to do this. There's IEPs. There is levels of stuff, okay? Listen to me. And I don't expect all you guys to know this. And listen, LISD is not going to tell you all of this, okay? So if your kid is a special need kid with brain trauma, with autism, with whatever it may be, that ends up put in handcuffs and stuck in an isolation room, and you don't know this, then you can't advocate for your child. Okay? And I'm telling you that I'm here to help you with that, and I'm telling you that I'm here to offer you how to do that, okay? There is a civil rights office that has plenty of there's pro bono attorneys, in other words, attorneys that will take your case at no charge. Okay, we can get you set up with those people. We can get you signed up with them. We can get you over there. We can get pro bono attorneys for you. Okay, if it's something more, then this is just for the special needs civil rights situations that I'm talking about. Okay, 2 months. In 2 months, we got 2 kids in handcuffs, folks. Do you know what that does? Let me bring up something else here. It's called the school to prison pipeline. The school to prison pipeline. Let me give you some statistics on that for those of you who are unaware with the school to prison pipeline. It's a name given to the process of using discipline procedures, practices, and policies that typically result in students of color ending up in the criminal justice system. I'm going to read that again in case you missed it. Don't miss this because this is important. The school to prison pipeline is the name given to the process of using discipline procedures, practices, and policies that typically result in students of color ending up in the criminal justice system. And it's because the schools are criminalizing minor infractions. They're criminalizing infractions of special needs kids, okay, in this case, and the result is exposure to the criminal justice system. Okay, I have an autistic nephew, okay, or excuse me, cousin, all right, in the family. I have 2 actually, all right. And listen, let me tell you something. There are ways that you can de-escalate situations. There are ways that you can use holds and hold their hands and tell them, for instance, I'm holding your hands because your hands became dangerous. That's why I'm holding your hands, okay? We don't need to go and introduce these kids and throw them in handcuffs and put them in an isolation room. Are you kidding me? This happened allegedly, okay? This allegedly happened at twice now. This has happened once. It happened at Bramlett. Okay, with a 9-year-old, all right? And then it happened again at Nettie Williams, and we're still getting information on that. But listen, folks, if that happens, that is not okay. Okay, that is not okay. There are laws that prevent these things from happening. There's protection that prevents this from happening. And trust me, the school gets a ton of money a ton of money from the state for your special needs child. I promise you they do. They get a ton of money for your special needs child. So they should be protecting these kids and not introducing them to the criminal justice system, because we are going to simply maximize a situation. We're going to criminalize a minor infraction, okay? So a kid is autistic and he has a brain injury, okay? We need to protect those kids, okay? We need to work with them. But you know what that takes? It takes patience. It takes a give a darn, okay? It takes we're going to take the time to do that, okay? But rather, we're going to just have the police department put handcuffs on him and put him in a room. That's unbelievable, okay? Unbelievable and uncalled for. And this is the stuff that's happening in Longview Independent School District, folks. Listen, wake up, okay? Wake up. We have got to make a stand. Okay, people have got to make a stand. We have got to make a stand against what's going on. This is unbelievable. These things that are happening. And the school district keeps sweeping it under the rug. Oh, we'll talk to you and we'll reach out to you. And an assistant superintendent will call you. Hogwash, man. People need to be held accountable for the things that they are doing. But what they'd rather do is they'd rather get rid of people like me and other people. I'm not the only one, but other people who aren't ready to come forward just yet. But trust me, they're going to get rid of those people simply because we bring it up. We bring it up. There are cases where people have said things to the administration at some of these places. At one of them, for instance, I know for a fact it was brought up. So the administration knew, hey, they're grabbing kids by the arm. They're cursing at kids. They're doing things to kids that they should not be doing. Okay? Listen, if that happens, call CPS. Get on the phone. Call CPS. Okay, file a CPS complaint. Get people involved. It is enough. Enough is enough. And if we're going to stand together, united together, and make a difference, stop the good old boy system, stop the bullying process that's going on, stop administrative bullying, okay, and put an end to this stuff. Because listen, education sector corruption erodes social trust. It worsens inequality, and it sabotages development, okay? The elementary, secondary, high school education range in from academic cheating to bribery to nepotism in teaching appointments to in the procedure of textbooks and supplies, the whole 9 yards. All of those things I just mentioned worsen the inequality and sabotage the development of these students, and it's called education sector corruption. Okay, ESC, education sector corruption. And it's time that these people pay and stand up for what is right. It's time for us to stand up and us to unite as a united front against them, support those who are trying to make these things known to the administration, but they don't want to hear it. So they get rid of us. They put us on administrative leave. They non-renew our contracts, okay? But yet, again, I'm going to go back to what I said before. We go back to a principal at a particular high school, I believe allegedly at Foster High School. This guy is now he allegedly had complaints against him for sexual violations against females within his school, okay? And he wasn't fired. He wasn't terminated. As a matter of fact, the person that he violated had to deal with her violator until they decided to relocate this guy to the Boys Discipline Center at Longview High School. So you know what that tells me? That tells me that Longview High School, if this is like I said, I'm talking allegedly right now until we get the facts, and we're working diligently. If you are involved in a situation, I cannot stress to you how important it is. File the grievance, get the paperwork, get it down and get it going. So that way when it comes forward, it's there. You have to have a paper trail. Do not talk to anybody in person and think that that's going to help you, because it's not going to. Listen to what I'm telling you. So again, in 2 months, let me just recap this. I'm going to try and keep this video short. We're at just about the 20-minute mark, so I'm going to kind of keep this short. But keep in mind that the things that have happened so far. In 2 months, we've had 2 special needs kids allegedly placed in handcuffs. We have had an administrator who allegedly grabbed the rear ends of parents, who allegedly grabbed the rear ends and made sexual advancements towards women that were working under him, okay? And they relocated him. But yet me, a guy who stands up and says, hey, this guy passed a sexual comment to a 15-year-old in the kitchen at Longview High School. Hey, he took my personal medical private information and gave it to somebody else. Hey, he told me to put my special needs kids in the dish pit or leave them in the classroom. Hey, this guy stood in the hallway and asked the kid if he knew what a frozen water bottle looked like, shoved up somebody's rectum. I'm bringing these things to the administration, and I end up getting reassigned and not recontracted with LHS. But yet they're going to reassign. I'm sorry, I ended up getting placed on administrative leave, not reassigned. I stand corrected. Placed on administrative leave and not recontracted by the district because I raised too much noise on the immoral, illegal, unethical, and corrupt stuff that was going on within that district. But yet the guy who is allegedly making comments, sexual comments to people that work for him, gets to keep his job, gets promoted, gets to become an administration at the high school over the boys' discipline, allegedly, because that's going to solve the problem because he's over boys now. He doesn't have access to girls. They should have solved that guy should have been fired. So now you're condoning sexual behavior. You're condoning sexual misconduct by an administrator, and you're condoning putting special needs kids using the police department in a way that is going to create the school to prison pipeline. This is what's going on inside of Longview Independent School District, folks. These stories are coming out. People listen to me, you've got to stand up. You got to stand up. You know the website, I just gave it to you, restorationofthespectrum.com/restoration-advocacy. You can also find us, you can call us 903-315-6083. 903-315-6083. If you want to volunteer with us, we are looking for volunteers. If this has happened to you, if you have gone through this, please, let's make a stand. Let's make a stand. The next board meeting is coming up this coming Monday, October 16th, is the board meeting. I would love to have enough people together who are fed up, who have had enough, just to show a presence. And let's stand up and let this board of directors know that we have had enough. We've had enough of the cover-ups. We've had enough of the pushing things under the rug. We've had enough of the reassigning of the people who need to be terminated, and we've had enough of the retaliation against the people who need to be there because they're the ones that are just and moral, and they're the ones that are ethical, and they're the ones that are going to make sure that things get done correctly. So again, in closing, restorationofthespectrum.com/restoration-advocacy. I'm going to find a way to put it wherever I post this video. I will attach the link to it so you can click there. Call us 903-315-6083. 903-315-6083. restorationofthespectrum@gmail.com. restorationofthespectrum.com/restoration-advocacy. And also there is a Facebook page, I do believe, that somebody that has been created. It was done for me. It was created for me, called Justice for Ship Hunt. Get on there and you can find some stuff too. And I'm going to continue to post. I'm going to continue to put stuff out there, and I'm going to continue to make noise until something is done to justify this. Remember, November 13th, we'll have an attorney here from Austin, Texas, who's willing to talk, who wants to hear your stories, and let's get together, let's come together, let's unite as one and advocate for these children, and let's tell Longview Independent School District enough is enough. The good old boy system, it's time for it to go. It is time for the good old boy system to go. And with that, I want to make sure that we end. I'm sorry this was a longer video than normal, but I had to get a lot of information out there to you. Again, thank you so much for the support, for the phone calls, for those of you who have called, for those of you who have Facebook messaged, for those of you who are emailing. Thank you so much. Know that you're in our prayers, that we're praying intercessory prayers. We're praying daily for you in this. But advocate for your kids. Learn how to advocate. Learn how to file grievances. Learn how to stand up for your kids. And we can help you do that at Restoration Advocacy Center. We're here to help. It's a part of our ministry, and we're here to help. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. And don't forget also November 13th. I'm going to say that again. 2 dates, November 13th, October 16th. October 16th is the board meeting coming up this Monday. If you want to stand together, call me. We will orchestrate something. We will get together. We will all go over there together, and we can make a difference. No more racial slurs. No more telling kids to get their SHIT and get out of your classroom. No more putting kids in handcuffs. No more sexual assaulting teachers or administrators or women in general, and then making those women deal with the person that victimized them until the district decides to get ready. All that's enough is enough is enough. And it comes to an end, but it's got to start with us. God bless you all. Be good to one another. Be kind to one another. Until I see you again, be nice to each other. Remember, Jesus loves you. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about that.